Hello students, welcome to session number 13 in module number 2 hydroelectric energy, where we are going to study about penstocks and surge tank. What is penstock, and what are the types of penstock, what are the advantages of penstock, what is surge tank, what are the types of surge tank, okay, that we are going to study in this particular video. Okay, penstocks. So you can able to see here in this diagram a pipe. So it is nothing but it is a closed conduit for supplying water under pressure to a turbine. Okay, so penstocks are the pipelines that connects between the water source such as a reservoir or forebay or water bay and the hydraulic turbine. The main purpose is to supply the water at some pressure. Okay, so there are these are usually a large circular pipes with the diameters ranging from 1 meter to 8 meter. Diameters will vary from 1 meter to 8 meter. Okay, so you can able to see here in this particular diagram a man is standing there. So man is actually a man height maybe on an average say 6 feet 5 point of more than 5.5 feet, isn't it? Okay, but you can see the diameter, so that you can imagine the size of the penstock. Okay, so penstocks are usually made of steel or concrete pipes, and you should take some care to keep the entry to the penstock at the dam or the forebay at a low level, submerged, always underwater. Okay, so you can able to see if the entry is open to air, it may take air along and create some aeration problems in the prime mover, thus affecting the performance of turbine, and so it will reduce the power generation, overall power generation. So you can see the figure, the combination of tunnel or penstocks at a high head developed at a high head development. So the tunnel intake regulates the flow between the reservoirs, while the sluice gate at the entrance to the flume control the discharge, and it is discharge which is needed to the turbine. The regulating forebay has a small storage capacity to take care of minor flow fluctuation. So it is an automatic spillway to discharge overflow when turbines shut down directly. So the penstocks should be laid in such a way that there are no sharp bends, because if there is a sharp bend, the pressure is going to reduce. So sharp bend cause frictional losses and reduce the effective water head. So you should take very much care while designing or while laying these penstocks. There are some advantages and limitation of different types of conduits. Open channels are generally the least expensive, but the cost of flume increases with the height. Okay, when the land is fairly level at a head at a head, water elevation between the dam and powerhouse sites, a canal would be feasible. Okay, but not many sites fit this requirement. Okay, that is one more advantages and or limitations. The tunnels are generally in the most costly type conduit for a given length, but are justified if their use results in considerable saving in distance. Okay, while ordinarily tail races are open channels, and tunnels are used for the discharge from an underground hydro stations. So penstocks are used where the slope is too great, for a canal, especially for a final stretch of the diversion system where the land pitches steeply, okay, steeply to the powerhouse. So, search tanks or other measures are necessary to prevent damage in closed conduits due to abnormal pressures. So, this is we have to take care while designing or while deciding about penstocks. Next, we will see what is surge tank. A surge tank is a small reservoir or a tank, okay, in which water level rises or falls to reduce the pressure swings, so that they are not transmitted in full to a closed circuit. Okay, in general, surge tank will serve some purpose, like to reduce the distance between the free water surface and turbine, thereby reducing the water hammer effect. We will see later what exactly that water hammer. Okay, and the surge tank will also serve that the turbine when the water in the pipe is accelerating during increased load conditions, and it acts as a storage tank when the water is deaccelerating during reduced load condition. During peak load condition, it gives heats. Such tank merely it acts as a storage tank when water is demanded. When the demand of water is increased, it gives its gives water, and when water is not in demand, that is off peak load condition, then it stores water. Okay, so here you can able to see certain such tanks which is connected to the penstock. Okay, then the main purpose I told, the providing such tank is to reduce the distance between the free water surface and the turbine, thereby reducing the water hammer effect on penstock. We will see later what exactly water hammer means. It also serves as storage tank, as I mentioned, when the water is accelerating during increased load condition, and as a storage tank when the water is deaccelerating. Okay, the functions of such tank, to one is to reduce the water hammer effect, acts as a relief valve, acts as a temporary reservoir. Next, we will see water hammer. What exactly water hammer means? Um, a water hammer is defined as the change in pressure rapidly above or uh, below normal pressure caused by sudden changes in the rate of water flow through the pipe according to the demand of the prime mover. So water hammer, here this sketch explains about water hammer. So here the water hammer is defined as the change in pressure rapidly above or below the normal pressure caused by sudden change in the rate of water flow through the pipe according to the demand of the primer. Now to say, you can able to see this picture. When when valve is closed, there is no flow of water, isn't it? This is the normal condition. When valve gets opened, the water will flow from head race to turbine. So you can see in a second pipe, you can see the flow of water. And now the turbine or prime mover needs some water in order to produce mechanical power or electrical power for the demand. Now load is reduced on prime mover, so that prime mover need not require the amount the water. Then you are going to close this valve rapidly, okay, suddenly. So what will happen? Suddenly there is a jerk created to the flow of water, isn't it? Sudden stoppage of water movement. So that movement will cause hammering effect, which is called as water hammer. Okay, so the water hammer occurs at all points in the penstock between the forepay and surge tank and the turbine, because of sudden changes in the demand for water during load fluctuation. Especially it causes during load fluctuation. So I hope you understood what is water hammer. Okay, next we will see what are the types of surge tank. This is very important topic. Surge tank, penstock, surge tank, water hammer, and types of surge tank. Okay. There are different types of surge tanks is in use in that simple surge tank. Okay, simple surge tank. So you can able to see the diagram. Then usually this type of surge tank is a vertical stand pipe connected to the penstock. So you can see there is a small diameter and capital letter D and small d. Small d is the diameter of the penstock, and capital D is the overall diameter of the surge tank. Okay, so it is connected vertically. So usually surge tank is located on ground surface above the penstock line. This type of tank is more expensive and uneconomical due to its large size, and hence rarely used when compared to the other types. So in the figure it is clearly shown that the surge tank, if the overflow is allowed, the rise in pressure can be eliminated, but overflow surge tank is seldom satisfactorily and usually uneconomical. Okay, so such tanks are built high enough so that water cannot overflow with even with the full load change in full load on the turbine. Okay, so it is always desirable to place the such tank on the ground surface above the penstock line at the point where the drops the water stuff rises rapidly to the powerhouse. Okay, or which will flow rapidly to the powerhouse under the some circumstances which is suitable, where suitable site for its location is not available. Then the height of the tank should be increased with the help of some support. Okay, so then the second one is inclined surge tank. So you can able to see here this diagram. Okay, so when the surge tank is inclined to the horizontal, its effective water surface increases, and therefore lesser height surge tank is required for the same diameter. So you can reduce the length, and you need not worry about the support. Okay, that is one advantage. uh, the same diameter if it is inclined, or lesser diameter tank is required for the same height. Okay, but this type of surge tank is most costlier than ordinary type, as construction is difficult. Okay, so and it is rarely used unless the topographical condition is not in favor. Okay, so it is not much use. Okay, next third one is expansion chamber and gallery type such tank. So you can able to see here this diagram, expansion chamber and gallery type such tank. So in this type of such tank has an expansion tank at the top and expansion gallery at the bottom. Okay, so you can able to see one expansion chamber and lower gallery. Okay, so conduit is nothing but it is a penstock. Okay, these expansions limit the extreme surges. Okay, and the upper expansion chamber must be above the maximum reservoir level, and the bottom gallery must be below the lowest steady running level in the search time. Okay, besides this is the immediate intermediate shaft should have a stable minimum diameter in order to give certain flow. Okay, so it is mentioned here a such tank is having variable cross section with having expansion tank or chamber at the top and expansion gallery at the bottom. These provided expansion limit with extreme surges. Okay, then next type is restricted orifice surge tank. So you can able to see the sketch, restricted orified surge tank. You can able to see a restricted orifice at the neck section. Okay, so it is also called as throttle surge tank. Throttle, the main objective of providing a throttle or restricted orifice is to create an appreciable frictional loss or a friction loss when the water is flowing to or from the tank. Okay, when the load on the turbine is reduced, when the load on the turbine is reduced, the surplus water passes through the throttle and a retarding head equal to the loss due to throttle. Okay, is built up in the conduit. Okay, the size of the throttle can be designed for any designed retarding head. It depends. The size of the throttle adopted is usually such as the initial retarding head is equal to the rise of water surface in the tank when the full load is rejected by the turbine. Okay, so it is like as in case when there is a closure of gate valve. I hope all of you have seen. So there are some certain advantages of such a type of restricted orifice such tank. These are storage function of the tank can be separated from accelerating and retarding functions, but some it's having some limitation also, like a considerable portion of water hammer pressure is transmitted directly to the low pressure conduit, and in comparison to other types these such tanks are less popular. Okay, last one is differential type such tank. So you can able to see here diagram. A differential such tank has a riser with a small hole. Okay, with a small hole, and it is at its lower end you can able to see it's having a riser with a small hole at its lower end, and through which water enters in it. Okay, the function of the such tank depends upon the area of the hole. Okay, so with the change of load the water level in the riser rises or falls very rapidly, thus providing a rapid deacceleration or acceleration for the conduit. Okay, these are the types of surge tank. Okay, so we in this particular video we studied penstock, we studied what is surge tank, what are the functions, and what is water hammer, and what are the types of surge tank.